Hey guys, let's find out what's new in Booking.com's business model in Q3 2023 based on their investor update. Starting with financials, as always, very decent results. Gross booking values up by 21% year on year, room nights 15%, and revenue in line with GBV, which means their take rate has been constant. And very decent results. Almost all of it went to the bottom line. Moving on. One thing I shall mention, probably the most interesting insight. Well and truly now, the merchant revenues have exceeded agency revenues. And look here, and this was even more pronounced in the past. It's a real shift of business model from a more of a platform business model to more of a linear business model. Booking.com was the agency business model, and Expedia was more based on the merchant business model. But now the revenues are seriously shifting. They haven't provided any insights into that. Maybe it's got more to do with the commercial arrangements with hotels or flights. We'll see what that means. Hopefully they'll give an update on this phenomenon, on this shift in the annual update in next quarter. Certainly very interesting. Then, so again, economic update, really interesting to see. Here in the details, ADRs, average daily rates, have increased, which is not a surprise. We've also seen that if you check out our update on Airbnb, this quarter and last quarter. I've elaborated on that one. But we have seen that across travel widely, not just hotels, also flights, etc. Hits the consumer's pocket. And interestingly, so here, very interesting, demand elasticity has remained, let's say, inelastic. So demand hasn't really budged in the wake of higher rates, and 4% would be not that much, but if you look at our Airbnb numbers, it's over 40% over a 4-year period that room ADRs have increased. So let's say if a hotel room cost $100 4 years ago, now the same room costs $140 a night, and despite that, demand hasn't really reduced. So that's a pretty significant update. And if we look back when it started, the whatever you want to call it, cost of living crisis or whatever, when it started, let's say 6 to 9 months ago, everyone, as always, was expecting, discretionary spending will be cut back and staples will remain. But there's signs of the opposite, and that will be a major shift of consumer behavior. Because what we are seeing is literally, let's say there's anecdotal as well as literally, if you read through consumer commentary, you really see that people are saving on staples by substituting with literally cheaper products. And many are talking about then using that money to travel. That's a very interesting shift of behavior. So let's see if that is temporary, like what many have called pent-up demand for travel, or if that is going to be a more secular trend driven certainly by social media, etc., where everyone wants to brag and is stimulated by other people's updates and wants to brag with their own updates. Certainly very interesting. Let's see how that unfolds. Security events always hit travel hard, but also is always temporary. And if you look at previous security events like whatever, the Gulf War and 9/11 and whatever else, basically, or the European debt crisis, so economic hits, almost always it bounces back to the previous growth trajectory after the event. And the most reliable correlation of travel as well as travel, let's say, and hotels is always with GDP. That's always the strongest correlation. Anyway, let's move on before we get sidetracked too much. Business model updates. Here in the canvas, just the main themes this time, which very much in line with what is last time. Connected Trip has been Booking.com's one of their main strategic pillars, and also kind of the pet project of the CEO, which has good and bad sides to it always. Check out our last video, Q2 Booking.com update. I've commented on that with positive and negative sides to it. The main update this time was that the European Commission blocked Booking.com's acquisition plan of eTraveli, which was to aim their flight ticket sales. But nevertheless, it has grown 57% year on year, 9 million tickets booked. So that's not a bad number. It's about a quarter of their room nights. If you divide the room nights by, let's say, by an average, let's assume 7-day duration, so then you can have, I guess the number of people or number of bookings and 9 million tickets. So yeah, you need to make certain assumptions on average stay length and average travel group size. Then yeah, you can do the math by yourself. I don't have reliable numbers for either one, so I'm not going to do that myself, but has grown 5-fold since pre-pandemic. That's certainly a great number. AI-powered user experience. Again, check out the last video where I commented a bit more. The Penny is their Priceline platform AI, and it's end of funnel AI. And interestingly, they are saying that they have seen Gen AI tools help increase productivity because there's been much less, or signs of, let's say, probably early signs of lower consumer service contact. So yeah, let's see where that ends up. I was assuming that this is more of a cross and upsell type thing at the end of the funnel, and but has also led to productivity improvements. Let's see. I'm sure they will continue reporting on this one. Then not gonna elaborate on this one. Check out the video for the second quarter. In Booking.com, the AI support is a front of funnel or top of funnel AI help, and I commented on it. Very cool things that they have, so check that out. And like our video if you like it. Hit the like button, please, and help us. Then moving on, key partners is one of their 4 strategic pillars, alternative accommodations. So they are feeling the heat from Airbnb, which is a direct channel, so they can't be intermediating Airbnb rooms, so they built their own alternative accommodations, and that's been growing pretty decent, 24%. And they're saying they got 7.2 million listings. They're not using the word active listing. Airbnb has 7 million plus active listings, so we don't know what the number of active listings is. This pillar focuses on the US, so let's see how that continues to grow. Then customer segments. So yeah, roughly 50% booked through their own app this time, and that's a continuing 6% year-on-year growth and 18% year-on-4-year. That is direct traffic and reduces their dependency on Google search. They are, as you know, they are the kind of the biggest advertiser on Google, and very important from a strategic perspective as well as from a cost perspective. They can probably continue to reduce their sales and marketing costs in that respect. And check out our course on the 11 verticals of disruption, where digital business models made a huge impact. So check it out. Discounts most of the time. And yeah, concluding with the canvas again. Here we see what we've been calling out this time around. And as always, our disclaimer, not investment advice, but education. Check out our T's and C's here if you want to know more about it. Thank you very much. Keep tuned to our video series and like us. Thank you so much.